Ever since I was little, I've always been fascinated by birds. Whether it's because they can fly, I don't really know why, but one thing I do know for sure is that I love their wings, and I've always been in love with birds' wings. Maybe I just love their wings because they can fly, and I'm jealous of being stuck on this earth, not being able to fly. But the real thing I think is because I like the patterns and just the intricacies of how their wings are set up. But what makes up a wing, and why can birds fly? I know we have the science to this answer, and I know that you could just easily Google this, but I figured why not just make a video, and an illustrated video of that too, about the anatomy of a bird's wing. So the type of bird that I'm going to use to describe the anatomy of a bird's wing is called a budgies or parakeet. And I currently have two parakeets, but instead of using them as my guinea pigs and to demonstrate this video, I figured we'll do an illustrated version of the anatomy of a parakeet's wing. So here's the part where I actually go into depth about talking about the wing and the anatomy. So, woo, learning time. First, let's talk about the scapularies. Scapulars are feathers that cover the base of the wing that attaches to the body. The marginal coverts direct the airflow to go either above or under the wing while the bird is in flight. The alula is a combination of short and stiff flight feathers that help with flight, landing, and maneuverability at slow speeds. Next, we have the primaries, which might be the most important part of the bird's wing. Primaries are responsible for propelling the bird forward. Each feather can be rotated individually and control the direction and adjust the lift and air resistance. Next, we have the still important secondaries, which help sustain the bird while it's in the air. And lastly, we have the primary and secondary coverts. These feathers cover the primary and secondary feathers, and they provide insulation for the bird. So what about the feathers individually? Sometimes people who own birds clip their wings, and this is not a video about whether or not you should or should not clip your bird's wings, but this is the study of what happens when you clip your bird's wings. So feathers don't have any nerve endings in them, and they're just composed of hollow bones. And so when you cut them off, the birds don't feel any pain, but cutting their feathers makes them vulnerable. As a new feather grows back, it's filled up with blood until the feather has reached its full growth. And then once it's fully grown, the blood slowly recedes away from the vein of the feather. These now hollow veins keep the bird light, which is the reason why that birds can so easily fly, compared to humans who have dense, thick bones. I've always loved watching the birds outside of my window fly about and mingle with each other, but I was always so upset that I was never able to fully see their wings up close. But now I have these two budgies, and they show me every day that their wings are still so amazing, and we have a right to be jealous. Maybe humans weren't given wings because we were made to be the audience for these performers. We just weren't made to fly.